Hello, everybody, and welcome to the second edition of Ask Leah on Facebook Live. It is great to be here tonight. For those of you who are joining me again after last week, welcome back. For those of you joining me for the first time, welcome along. So, how tonight works, I've been asking through the week if you've got any communications questions or questions related to soft skills, be it self-doubt, public speaking, communication in general, whatever that is for you, personal effectiveness, making use of your time. Pop that question in the comments and I'll do my best to answer it through our segment tonight. I have received a couple of questions through the week again, so I will be addressing them first, but please get involved. So let's jump straight into it tonight. The first question came from Denise, and it was a really good question. It was, how do you remain positive and engaged with someone when you don't have positive rapport with them? Now, this is common because we're all different. You'll get along really well with some people that you work with. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Tracy and Kelly as well. You get on really well with some people that you work with, and then there's some that, you know what, you just don't gel. You might be really different. It might be that they're a very negative person, or maybe they're quite aggressive with a really different style to you. And I can actually answer this question tonight based on experience, quite recent experience. I worked with someone earlier this year who I really didn't have a good rapport with, and it made it very challenging. And I've got to say, and look, dedication there, Tracy's turned Batchy off to watch this, so well done there. I worked with someone with a really different style to me, and it did get really difficult for a while there. And I felt myself, who is a very positive person, does a lot of work on mindset, I found myself, sort of getting sucked in to this person's behavior, and it was really draining me. It was taking a lot of my energy. I was feeling quite negative about dealing with this person, and it had the potential to go to a not nice place for me. And I really had to stop and reassess. And what I had to do was get very conscious about the fact that I had a choice here. One, I had a choice whether I kept working with this person. I had a choice whether I kept doing the job. Yes, I'd made a commitment to do it, but at the end of the day, life is a choice. If it was going to be that bad, I could have pulled the pin. I also had a choice about who I am and how I communicate. So this person, I didn't like the way they communicated. I didn't like the way they behaved. So I didn't have to behave like that. I took personal responsibility for my communication. So I didn't have positive rapport with them, but I wasn't getting sucked into that vortex. I had a choice. So my choice was to remember who I am. I am a positive person. I am a kind person. I am someone who relates well with others, and I had to put that front and center and remember that. I had a choice about my behavior. One of the most important things to realize in life in general, let alone communication, is that we can't control other people. We can only control ourselves. And you know what? It's a hard lesson to learn, but it's a game changer. Because we waste so much time trying to change other people and, bitching and moaning about, gosh, they upset me so much. They're frustrating. They're always so negative, whatever that is. And at the end of the day, we can't change them, and getting so upset about it, all that does is give them power over us. So don't give away your power. Don't give that power to other people. Make a conscious choice about how you will behave. And when I really got clear on that again, I said, hang on, Leah, it doesn't matter how this person behaves. It doesn't matter. It's sad for them, but you are not that person. So you've got to be strong when you're dealing with people who are those energy vampires, and we all know them. You either, if it's in your personal life, maybe you stop spending as much time with them. You know, there's that great quote that we are the average of the 5 people that we spend the most time with. So be really conscious about who you're choosing to spend your time with if you've got that choice. It doesn't mean you have to, you know, have a blow up with someone and tell them, no, I'm cutting you out of my life, but you can just pull back a bit if you're finding you haven't got that rapport. But if it's someone you work with, you've got to get really clear on who you are, what your choice is. After I'd made my choice, it came down to control. And when I talk about control, I talk about emotional intelligence and your ability to be self-aware and to regulate your emotions. So I became really aware. I sort of went, what's going on here? Right, you're actually having a physical reaction when you're dealing with this person. So you're aware of that. Now, how can you regulate and control? And I did that by putting a pause between my reaction and my response, by taking a deep breath and buying myself some time so I wasn't responding emotionally in the moment. You know, buying yourself time is really important. Hello, those others who have joined me. Molly has turned off the footy as well, so I do appreciate you joining to watch. But yeah, control, self-regulation, really important. The third one, empathy. Empathy goes a really long way, and you can empathize with people who you know what, you really don't like them. You really do not like them, but you can empathize. Empathy is about putting yourself in other people's shoes. You don't have to agree with them. And we spoke a lot about empathy last week. With this person that I was working with, I looked at things from their perspective, and I actually ended up feeling quite sorry for them. And I thought, you know what a sad place that they must be in, that they feel they need to behave and communicate in this way to have power over other people and get their job done. You know, that's actually sad. It's sad that that's how they feel they need to operate. And in the end, I got the job done. I had a good working relationship with this person. I delivered some great work and I could walk away with my head held high, but it came down to those things: choice, personal responsibility for how I communicated, control, emotional intelligence, and empathy. And they're all things I cover in a lot of my workshops. And it was a case of, you know, the teacher having to be the student for a while, for sure. One of the other questions that came in through the week, and please, if you've got a question that you want to add tonight, do that. Another question that came in through the week via private message was how to express your personal opinion about something when you work for an organisation where they have a delegated spokesperson. And this is something you see people get in trouble with all of the time. Some organisations, and different organisations have different rules. Some organisations have very strict rules on who company spokespeople are and who can speak to media and things like that. And, you know, you need to follow whatever the rules are in your workplace. But just in general, one of the things you do need to be conscious of, whether it's commenting on social media or posting or talking to friends at a barbecue, is if you're saying something that is your opinion, it might be your opinion of the direction your workplace is taking, or a new procedure that's come in, or a new way of doing things. If you're talking about that, it is really important to explicitly say that this is your opinion, it's personal opinion. Some of you might be thinking, you know, oh, but people know I'm just talking from my opinion. They don't necessarily know that. People may assume that you are speaking on behalf of other staff as well, or on behalf of the organisation. So really do be very, very careful with that. When it comes to social media, be even more careful. The rule I tell people with social media is if you would not be comfortable with what you have posted appearing on the front page of a newspaper, don't post it. Okay, don't post it. People have lost jobs. You know, all sorts of things have happened with social media. We've seen some local examples of social media blowing up in a really big way. Don't go there. You know, don't put things in writing that you are not prepared to be out there publicly. The final thing I want to talk about tonight, if there's no more questions, so please do hit me, make me work for it, make me answer something on the spot. One of the things I wanted to talk about is what I spoke about on radio this morning, and the door. You've just seen the door open behind me. So someone has just walked in. I'm guessing it's one of my children. It really might be like that episode in South Korea. It was bound to happen one night. The last thing I want to speak about, as Callum comes in the background, is the importance, and this is fine for Callum to listen to, because I'm going to tell everyone, Callum, about the importance of saying thank you. And I did speak about this on Gippsland FM this morning. Thank you never goes out of style, and it's so easy to do. There's really no excuse in this day and age. We have so much technology at our fingertips. You don't have to send, a formal thank you card, although they are always beautiful. You can send a text, you can send a Facebook message, anything is better than nothing. So do that. Send a thank you, okay? If someone goes to the trouble of giving you, you're going to break me up, Callum, a gift, or for a wedding, birthday, whatever it may be, a baby shower, take the time to say thank you. Also, RSVPs. This is about manners, folks. If you get invited to something, a party, a wedding, an engagement, someone goes to the trouble of inviting you, please RSVP by the date. The trick I use for this is RSVP quickly. If you get an invitation and you know you can go, RSVP straight away, rather than putting it on your fridge and walking past it a week after the due date and saying, oh my goodness, I've missed it or I've forgotten. Basic manners never go out of style. If there's no questions tonight, I am going to cut it there, because I have a little turkey who has got up and is going to be in trouble. I won't yell, I promise, because I will practice effective communication with my children. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Please do send me your questions through the week. You are welcome to do them via private message. It'll be anonymous if you would like it to be, but I'd love to get some more questions through the week so I can give you some free advice, and I'll chat to you next Thursday at 8 o'clock. Thanks everyone. Say goodbye, Callum.
Bye.